Hi there. So this is about 2025, my recommendations for 2025, what we need to learn from 2024 so we can move forward in 2025 and land your next role. Okay. I'm Christine Graves. I'm an executive career coach, and I've been doing this for 8 years. I've worked with over 100 individuals on a one-on-one basis, and I am focusing on growing this year to try to really reach more and serve more people like you. So you're in the right place if you are thinking about changing roles, but you haven't done it in a while. You haven't interviewed in a while. Or maybe you have been looking and you really haven't had much luck. Doing a job search now is so different from the last time you did it. Or maybe you just never had to do a job search, okay? Or you could be someone, part of that too could be you had a good job and you don't have it anymore, and now you're trying to find that really good match for you. So all of those things, if you're a leader, you don't even have to be a designated leader right now, but you feel that you are a leader in some capacity, you're in the right place, okay? Because this is all about taking the learning, the data from 2024, and also to my work with my clients and using it to move forward in 2025 and do more. So you are in the right place for that. All right, so what to expect? I'm going to quickly go through my 6 recommendations because I know attention spans are short and I want to give you all this goodness in a short time. I don't want to waste your time because time is very valuable and so is mine. So this is about 20 minutes long. So we're going to rapidly go through these 6 things. So definitely take notes. That's important. And there's so much more to cover. We're not going to be able to cover everything, but I'm trying to give you a good rapid fire overview. And I do a career strategy call. I've done over 1,000 of these, and talking with people like you, leaders who I focus on revenue producing leaders. So that's marketing, sales, biz dev, CEOs. However, if you're a leader, as long as you're purpose driven and your work really matters to you, we should have a conversation. So let's definitely connect, because if we're first degree connections and we haven't had a conversation, we need to, okay? If we're not first degree connections, let's become first degree connections. And that's my gift to you when we do that career strategy call, because that way I can get to know you better and you can get to know me better, and we can see if there's an opportunity for collaboration, because that's the magic of LinkedIn, okay? So, but we'll put the link in the comments because I want to keep things moving along and go through this with you. Okay, so that's what to expect. So let me get right into all the good stuff with you. And of course, I need to have my screen share set up, and I don't have it fully set up. So I'm just quickly going to share it now with you so you can see. So yeah, so sorry about that, but I just really wanted to get this recording started for you. So here we go. So again, here's just some information about me. What I like about this too is here's my QR code at the bottom. So you can scan that as well. But again, if we're not connected on LinkedIn, let's connect as soon as possible. That's really important. Okay. Oops, I'm trying to go to my next slide. Okay, so this is our focus. This is what we're going to be talking about. Okay. So number 1, what I really think is important just is to do a rebrand of the term job search, because I think so many are exhausted by doing a job search and even thinking about it. It's like, ugh. But transition is a normal part of life, right? It really is. So we need to embrace transition and accept it, because we can't avoid it. And why would we want to avoid it anyway, right? You don't want to be in the same place for your entire life. You need to grow and evolve and change and be better than yesterday. So let's just do a rebrand of the term job search, okay? And really think of it as more of a career transition. But what's even more important to that is you really need to be marketing and selling yourself. You are your product. So approach it. This career transition is a project, is a very important project, okay? Don't see it as a ding against you. Don't see it as I'm not good enough. That's baloney. You have to rebrand it though, and realize, get connected with your brand and how you want to use your brand. And that's your marketing and sales strategy. Okay. So ask yourself right now, how clear are you on your brand on a scale from 1 to 10? Okay. If you're not a 9 or 10, then that's going to hurt you in doing a career transition. And then the second question is, how clear are you on how you want to use your brand, that next role? Rate your clarity on a scale from 1 to 10 with that. And if that's not a 9 or 10, again, it's going to be hard for you to land in a role that fits you well. So, so this is your career transition project instead of your job search. So I want you to embrace all of that. I'm sorry, I have my little timer just to make sure that I stay on pace. Okay, so number 2 is hiring manager. For your focus to be successful, you have to be focused on who that person is that's going to hire you. You must be focused on them, finding that person. Okay, that is your compass. That's your North Star in your focus, in your career transition project. Okay. There's so much noise going on. There's just all these distractions. There's AI. There's all these other things on the internet. It's so easy to be distracted and to be pulled into a rabbit hole everywhere you look. It happens to me all the time. You need to be centered every day on who that person is that's going to be hiring you and trying to find that person, because they're trying to find you. They have a job opening. Maybe they don't have it right now. Maybe they have it in the future. But the sooner you two can connect, the sooner a win-win is going to be created. Okay. So you need to be focused on who that hiring manager is and have blinders on. Try to have those blinders on and be as focused as possible on who that person is that's going to buy your value. Okay. Your value and how you want to use it. Okay. So that is the next thing. And I'm already running behind, so I need to step it up here. Okay. Number 3 is attention spans. We all know that attention spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter with AI and all the things I was just talking about. So you need to keep that in mind. A 10-second hook. You have to hook people right away in 10 seconds, no matter what it is that you're doing in networking conversations, email, when you're reaching out to people, when you're talking with your connections, you posting on LinkedIn. Always, always know that you have to have a hook, because we are all getting distracted constantly by all of these things. So always have that 10-second hook in mind as you're looking for your hiring manager, which was our last thing that we talked about. Okay. Number 4 thing is you need to have a clear target on what it is that you're looking for. Okay. What are the companies, the industries, instead of applying for, doing all these job applications. That's not really the best approach to do. You have to be focused in a target company list. And I have a specific methodology that I work with my clients. And I just talked with a client yesterday, and like anything that works, initially, it may be uncomfortable and also awkward, and just because it's something new that you haven't done, but you have to embrace it, because after embracing it, my client was like, this works. This really works. And it does, because it's a clear methodology. If you don't have a plan or a clear methodology, you are going to fail. Yes, it's not, or it's going to be so much harder. It's going to take so much time for you to reach your goal. That's critical. You need that. Okay, so that was targeting. And then the number 5 is connections. Connections are very, very valuable. And connections, to start with your connections, start with your closest connections. So think of it as a circle. All of your connections are this huge circle, and you're in the center of the circle. So you want to start with you and work your way out. So work like reach out to your closest connections, your closest family, even your closest friends. You know, that even your obviously your coworkers or former coworkers. Don't discount your family. I hear this often. People discount their family members. And of course, you want supportive family members in your corner, okay? But by you giving the right information on what you're looking for and sharing your target company list with people that are closest to you, you never know. What if they bump into somebody? But you want to tap into that. You're not fully tapping into that and accessing that power unless you empower them, unless you give them the information that they need. Okay. So that is part of it too. And I did want to reference some data right now as well. So this is not just based on my work with clients, but you know, taking an approach of, again, going back to our rebranding of the job search and calling it a career transition project, because that is what it is. And you are doing marketing and sales of yourself. Just keep in mind that the job market, you know, job openings back in November, they were reported at 8.1 million. And that's what I have in my notes from the AP News. So, and then we did think that there has been some cooling since the 2022 market. And I think many people have felt this, absolutely. Since a couple of years ago, it's definitely different. It is. So that means competition is tighter. It's definitely tighter. Another thing to note too is that, you know, being clear on your brand is just so important. And we know, again, another proof that attention spans are shortening, I feel, is the surge of video, how video has been more and more in demand. It's so popular because attention spans are so much shorter. And we're looking for, that's why that hook is so important. So you have to keep in mind the reason why video is so popular now is attention spans are so much shorter. So that's something to keep in mind too. And yeah, so I just wanted to cite some of that. This is also from Reuters. Applying the 80-20 rule can enhance search efficiency. So that just goes back to being targeted. We're not trying to do all of these things. We're trying to do the right things. The 20% of activities that yield 80% of our results. You can even be more focused, and you can just ask yourself the simple question of, what's the one thing that I can do today that's going to move the needle? And what that one thing is, I will tell you, is going back to who the hiring manager is. How can you find that hiring manager, that person who would be hiring you for the position that you want? Okay, so that's what you need to think about. And yeah, so that was with my data that I wanted to cite. So, okay, so I was talking about your inner circle. All right, so the number 6, I still need to cover this. Number 6 is, keeping an eye on the time. Number 6 is, and I mentioned this in my newsletter post from yesterday, I highly encourage you to read my newsletter post from yesterday. So I'm recording this actually because of my schedule. I couldn't do this live. So this is pre-recorded. And by the way, if you do have questions, we are here for you. So if you have questions that you want one-on-one attention for, definitely, I would say that the best way I can help you is in that career strategy call. Okay, so we will put a link in the comments for that. So book that career strategy call, because that way I can answer all of your questions. And I will also give you feedback on your LinkedIn profile. So, so yeah, I'll definitely do that. And we can talk about your overall strategy. Okay. But regardless, you can also reach me at my email, which is Christine@ChristineCKidder, KIDDER.com. And so you can email me there, and you can also send me messages on LinkedIn too. But really, the career strategy call is your best bet because you have my undivided attention for a good like 45 minutes. So, and that way I can really get the information on you so I can really give you some good help. So anyway, but I was talking about my newsletter. We will post the link for the newsletter because again, today is Thursday, January 9th that I'm doing this recording. That's going to be airing tomorrow, Friday, January 10th. The newsletter was from Wednesday, January 8th. So, and that's all about leaving those things that you did, those job search procedures or anything that you followed in 2024 that really didn't serve you, that didn't work for you. Leave it and do some new things. So, and it's a short article, but you'll definitely want to check that out. So we'll put that in the links for you too. Okay. So anyway, number 6, getting back to number 6, because you really need to make inner validation a key focus for you. Okay. Because if you are not clear on your brand and what purposeful work is for you and how to, pursue that, then if you're always seeking external validation, then it's like your brand is a moving target. It's not grounded. It's not rooted. So you really need to constantly be checking in with yourself, taking care of yourself, especially when you are in the middle of a career transition project, because there's going to be highs and lows, just like so many other projects. You want to be grounded and rooted, and you need to take care of yourself. You need to embrace a learner's mindset. Always be curious, or ABC. Use those things as your main tool. So that's what I want to encourage you to do. I'm just looking at my notes because I want to make sure there's also a bonus that I'm going to be giving you too before we wrap things up. So I'm just checking the timer as well. I want to make sure that I give you, because it's a fast action bonus, and it's just super important that you take action immediately today after watching this. Okay, so I encourage you to do this. I will be giving that to you in the next minute or two. So just reviewing my notes just to make sure that I have covered everything for this, and I covered the data that I wanted to cite briefly. Okay, so anyway, why did you come here? Again, why did you decide to take 20 minutes out of your schedule? I'm sure you're very busy and you've got a lot of things going on. Okay, so why did you come here? Probably because you do want to make a change, but you don't know how to do it. You haven't had to do a job search ever. You have been doing one and you're not getting to where you want to go. So with those things in mind, remember that and think about, okay, well, you can either keep on doing what you're doing, but I want to encourage you to try something new and know that it's going to feel uncomfortable because it's something new, right? When you have that learner's mindset, you're embracing something new and you're embracing the discomfort of that something new, that uncertainty. It's not comfortable, but as long as you stick through that discomfort, it's going to go away. It won't last forever. So I want to encourage you to do that as well. And this is like my number one quote in my work. This is what motivates me. And it's just, you need to be you. So that's what's most important. And that's why you need to be grounded in your brand, because you were given specific skills and talents and a personality that is that specific combination of strengths and skills and talents that other people do not have. You want to embrace your individuality and also be very grounded, rooted, and convicted in it, convicted in how you help others, how you serve others. So that is really important. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to pull up my information on my bonus. So I make sure that I give that to you too. So just bear with me for a second here. I had it. Okay, so I wanted to summarize again really quickly. So I said I would show you how to approach your job search to be successful in 2025. So again, I think we need to do a rebrand of it. And again, it's your career transition project. That is a marketing and sales campaign. So that's how you're going to be successful in this very competitive job market. Okay. Number two, I think the reason why job searches take too long is because you're not clear on your brand and you're not clear on how you want to use it. It's really hard to land a role when you don't know that information. I mean, how can you do the next thing? Have a hook that like really gets someone's attention and stops the scroll. We're all pulled in so many directions. So you need to be able to stop the scroll and get people to connect with you. And especially that hiring manager who's going to hire you. So quality always trumps quantity, especially now. So that's why connecting with the hiring manager and also utilizing your connections is key. But you can definitely survive and thrive, absolutely thrive in doing your career transition project while you are marketing and selling yourself, as long as you are grounded in inner validation. So not constantly seeking external validation, which may sound counter because when you think of a job search, and that's kind of why I don't like the name job search, because it's like you're searching, you're out there, you're looking for that external validation. But it's not really about external validation, is it? It's about the connection. You are validated in yourself, and you go out and you find someone who really needs your help. And that's why you've got to be focused on that hiring manager. Okay. The bonuses. This is your fast action bonus. Start commenting on LinkedIn posts right away. Okay. Not just any LinkedIn post. Think about who the hiring manager is. Okay. Who is that hiring manager? Think about the target companies. All right. And think about the hiring managers at those target companies. And then see how often those people are posting on LinkedIn and start to engage on their post. Start it today. If you can do an hour today, that would be awesome. But you need to start finding those people and start engaging with their posts, learning about them and learning about what they're posting about. And then when you comment on a post, ask a thoughtful question. Be curious. Okay, so that's going to help you. And again, there was just so much more. The 20 minutes is never enough time, but at least we were able to give you something. And then to continue the conversation, definitely, let's do a career strategy call. And again, it's my gift to you. Let's connect, of course, if we're not connected. But if we haven't done that, then we need to do it. So that can be my gift to you. Okay, so I think that is everything. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. And I'm really glad that you're here. So, and 2025 is the year where you are going to land the role that you want.